Have you ever experienced or are you experienced feeling irritable, having jaw tension, other muscle tensions, or not even being able to tap into your softness or connecting with the people or the things around you? If so, it's possible that you might be stuck in flight or fight. So today we're going to talk about the symptoms of being stuck in your sympathetic space and that part of the nervous system, as well as talking through something that I find very empowering, which is how to activate your parasympathetic system, which is going to help you combat some of those things. So welcome back to Happiness Unlocked. I'm Dr. Brandy Renee, and here we grow together. So let me just say that while I am a doctor, I'm not your doctor. I am not a medical doctor. And so here I'm talking about things that I have heavily researched as a part of my doctoral journey and my other graduate experiences as well as lived experiences. So as we talk about, especially the physical symptoms, I want you to be advised that if you are having physical symptoms, heart palpitations, headaches, things like that may come up throughout this video, I really encourage you to seek your medical team and not to rely on this video or any random advice on the internet to address your concerns. It's really, really, really important for you to honor your body and those sorts of things. With that being said, I hope that we can move forward and talk about two parts of the nervous system that may be impacting you. So again, we're going to talk about the sympathetic system, flight or fight specifically. That's what we're talking about. And then the parasympathetic system, and go over some easy ways for us to activate those things to combat being in that stuck in that on position in the sympathetic system. Because while both parts of the system are meant to serve us, if we're stuck in the sympathetic system for too long, it can have negative impacts on us emotionally and physically. Okay, so on one side of the nervous system, in very simple terms, because I understand things that way, and I want this to be something that we can all connect with, um, is the sympathetic system. So the sympathetic system, broken down into simple terms, is your flight, your fight, and your freeze reactions. This is your body's alarm system that, hey, we're in danger and we need to protect ourselves, and your body goes into a certain mode to protect yourself. It's going to fight, prepare you to fight. It's going to prepare you to flee or flight, or to freeze, which we don't talk about very much, where you actually do nothing. So that's the one side. The other side is your parasympathetic system. And this system really kicks in to provide calm to the sympathetic system, or to provide balance for your nervous system. So the parasympathetic system is really grounded within your vagus nerve. That is your nervous system for rest and reconnection. Again, providing that balance to you, especially after your body has just experienced the flight, fight, or freeze mode. However, we can get stuck in the flight, fight, or freeze, and we're not supposed to, but modern society, um, stressors, work stressors, home stressors, lots of different things can keep you stuck in that space. And so, especially if you're watching from the United States, we are definitely a culture of being in the grind mode. So why are we getting stuck in stress mode? Some of the reasons are multitasking. We can go through a whole separate video on multitasking and why it's not good for your brain, but multitasking, having lots of family responsibilities, having a high stress job, battling chronic illness, pushing through fatigue, scrolling on that phone way too long, being caught up in the newsreel and other anxiety inducing forms of media. These are all things that can cause you to stay in a space of stress and in the activated space of the in the sympathetic system, causing you to be in flight, fight, or freeze. So when your brain perceives that you're in stress and you stay in stress for that long, your body can't easily switch into recovery mode and activate that parasympathetic system in the way it was designed to, because now your vagus nerve or that sympathetic system has been overstimulated, and that sort of becomes your norm. So the bottom line is when we stay in that very stressful um, survival, yes, that's the word, survival mode for too long, our bodies can't recover or repair itself. And so our hormones get out of whack. That's when you start to feel irritable, have sleeping challenges, whether it's oversleeping or not sleeping enough, running on E. It can affect your cortisol levels, appetite, overeating. All of those things happen when our body falls out of whack. Okay, things that I certainly have dealt with many of times because I also have endorsed and grown up as a millennial in this hustle culture. And with the rise of social media, that's just my reality. The brain can also become hypervigilant, overthinking, negative thinking patterns, difficulty solving problems, catastrophizing, those sorts of things that are also very symptomatic of anxiety disorders. Okay, so now let's talk about the parasympathetic system. So all of those things are happening, right? Because our bodies were wired that way to protect us and help us survive and help us to survive. However, we want to train our bodies that may have been stuck in that space for too long to actually calm, reconnect, and help us to repair. So now let's talk about the parasympathetic system. So activating your parasympathetic system is very important, again, to rest, to recover, and to repair, and to really combat getting you out of chronic stress. So you don't have to master like long form meditation or anything like that. There are some quick things that you can do, and I'm going to link below a little short that I created for square breathing, but that is one that we'll go over really quickly. When your parasympathetic system is activated, that's when your breathing is more steady and even. Heart rate is steady and even. Your mind becomes clearer. Your digestion should improve. All of these things, right, can happen when your parasympathetic system is activated. And again, you can do those things. You can help to activate it in quick 30-second to 2 minute, even 5 minute practices throughout the day. And so that's what I like to focus on because I like for things to be realistic. We're all working and parenting and taking care of family members while also trying to take care of ourselves. So we need things that are going to be easy and quick. So, square breathing is when you inhale for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you exhale for 4 counts, and you rest and do nothing for 4 counts. And it's recommended that you do this for about 3 to 4 rounds. And in doing that, you're going to go ahead and activate that parasympathetic system. Another easy one is to breathe through your nose. And when you breathe out, you're going to let out a hum. Okay, you don't need to know how to sing. It's not supposed to be pretty. But doing that will really help to clear your mind and help your emotional state come back into balance, help your breathing come back into balance, and all the parts of yourself that are overactivated in that sympathetic system. So it seems silly and it seems like it might not work, but do a few rounds of that and you'll be activated in a very positive way and not overactivated in the sympathetic system. We need our sympathetic system to work, but we need it to work when we truly are in danger, when we truly are facing something that we need to act quickly with. And then we need our parasympathetic system to come in and take care of those systems that were activated to keep us to keep us here and alive, right? But not to keep us stuck there when we're actually not in danger. So the goal is to control the stress and to activate the parasympathetic system so that we're feeling better throughout the day, more focused, a better and balanced emotional state. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stick along with us on this journey. Again, I'm on this journey with you. I'm not perfect at any of those things, but these are things that I'm being intentional about, and I hope that you can join me on the journey. Bye.